All right, so now we're going to be talking about some disciplining, because obviously there are times where you have to discipline your dog, and one of the 7 principles, the disciplining, it's obviously go watch those videos first, but there are times where you have to discipline your dog where they do something they're not supposed to. So how do we do this without hitting the dog? You never ever hit your dog, but sometimes you have to use some physical contact to make your dog aware of something they're not supposed to do. Ideally, if a dog is, for example, in this video we're going to be talking about stopping the biting, because you may have a dog that likes to bite. Not as an aggressive kind of bite, but just sometimes, you know, when a puppy is very playful, they like to chew on stuff. Chewing is one thing, but biting sometimes gets a little bit more annoying. So they like to sometimes bite in your fingers. Puppies like to play with each other, and they like to wrestle. Just like brothers and sisters, sometimes have a little bit of fight. Sometimes they also enjoy being a little bit rough with each other, doing some roughhousing. Maybe you do it with the kids. But that's what puppies do too, and sometimes they bite and then they shake their head, and this can really hurt when their teeth are right in your finger or in your toes or any other body part. It's just something that can just be annoying. Sometimes their puppy, you know, clap your hands, stop it. Doesn't seem to help enough. They keep doing it because they like you and they don't know how to express their feelings other than being with you and gnawing a little bit, and the gnawing and biting is just a little bit too hard, and you just really want to stop it. You just, you know, a puppy can be nice, but after a week and longer of chewing and biting, it gets on your nerves. I've noticed that myself. I've been through that myself a few times, and you sometimes have to discipline your dog because they need to know this is not appreciated and it must stop now. So how do we do this? Well, the first thing, of course, you need to make your puppy aware of it. So if they chew on something, right? Shock them. The sky is falling, as I mentioned in another video. But if that, okay, now you give them something else, they go right back. Go right back. They just keep doing every time you try to remove them. They sometimes lean over when you hold them. They move their head back and they try to bite your fingers. It can happen, and this can be a bit frustrating. Unfortunately, you have to kind of stay calm. You gotta just get through it. It's actually very simple to make them stop. What I've noticed is, and from feedback from people and what I've done myself, is you just hold their snout. You just close their mouth gently, but enough that they can't pull away. They get a little anxious. They do a little squeal and wiggle, and they try to let go, right? So, and then of course you use a firm voice. No, this is not appreciated. You have to stop it. If they do it again, hold them again. Hold them a little bit longer. Just wait. They get a little anxious, and then they pull away, and then you let them go. So do this a few times, and eventually it's like, sheesh, every time I try to bite you, you're going to hold me. I don't like that. I'm going to stop biting you. That's no fun. So that usually helps to make them stop, to realize that, well, this is annoying. Actually, I don't want to do this. Immediately after they stop, give them something fun to do, something else to chew on, or play with the toys or something. Just to distract them again. Now again, if that still doesn't hurt, you hold them and it still doesn't work, sometimes you have to say, no, that's enough. You are going to go on timeout. You can put them in the crate. Now ideally you don't want to use a crate for punishment or disciplining, but sometimes you have to use it that way. Sometimes you have to put them away from you, or it could be behind a baby gate or in a different room away from you. But, and this is very important that you know this, no longer than 60 seconds, 1 minute, literally, no longer. You want them to realize that when you put them away was for the reason that they were biting you. They need to know that that was the reason. If you leave them there too long, they start to forget why they're actually there, and then they're just anxious that they want to be with you again. So yes, they may bark and cry and fuss and scream sometimes, so be prepared that that may happen. Then you let them out of the crate or over the baby gate again, play with them. He goes right back to chewing, hold them. No, stop it. Put him away again. He needs to know that was the reason why he's there. And you have to repeat this over and over sometimes. It can sometimes be a little bit of a process, and you have to keep doing that. And eventually, he's going to realize, every time I bite, I get put away now. And I don't like it because I really like you and I want to be with you. So they learn that by being a good boy and not biting is more rewarding and more fun. So again, this is one of those things where they have to realize that that's not appreciated. And if I do it, I go away, I'm really sad. And when I come back and I don't do it, I'm happy, they're happy. So it's a process, and unfortunately, it takes some time sometimes for them to realize it. So hopefully this will be helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.